on this episode of the Healing Diaries.
3 top tips on how I stay consistent with my fitness. I may not have the diet down pat, but your girl stays active. So, tip number 1 is
ain't nothing to start over. Only on a new vibe.
Do not love downward dog. It's a class where all the girls go. All the teachers are in this Pilates class. This Pilates class is packed, y'all.
Is your healing? Is your healing? Your healing? Is your healing? Is your healing? Your healing?
Hey y'all, happy Monday. It is a new week. It is a new week, y'all. So I know one of the things that I was talking to you guys about last week was the sugar addiction, right? And I was telling you guys that there was a book that I was listening to on Audible called Women Who Love Too Much or something like that. And there's a clip in here about addiction, like your addiction to love. And hold on, I'm going to see if I can find it, y'all. Hold on. It was on this phone. I thought that it was on my other phone, but it was on one that I used to record. So the other one was a total different clip, but I found it. So I'm going to play it for you real quick.
You are addicted to men and to emotional pain. You may be predisposed emotionally and often biochemically to becoming addicted to drugs, alcohol, and/or certain foods, particularly sugary ones. But the reality of your situation.
So I'm trying not to put a whole bunch of pressure on myself, right? And be gentle with myself to some degree and have grace with myself to some degree. Because over the past week, after I heard that, actually I heard that months ago, right? But over the past week or two, since I've gotten back onto this weight loss journey, and with this sugar addiction kind of being in the forefront of everything, one of the things that's been nagging me, y'all, and listen to me when I say I'm giving myself grace, is my sugar addiction was kind of kicked off by my abuser, right? I already loved candy, but it wasn't a need for it as frequent as it has become until my abuser would go get it for me, y'all. Let me tell y'all what would happen. It'd be an argument, I'll be upset, and because he knew candy made me feel better, he knew that I had this addiction to candy and so on, he would go to the store and get me candy. Here's the thing, y'all. So it went from him getting me candy to now DoorDash getting me candy, right? Because this is before DoorDash existed, right? If I had to get up and go out of the house to get this candy, then of course it wouldn't be as big of a problem. But that's kind of where this whole thing started. So like the other day I was meditating, and it just hit me like, girl, you're allowing this man, and I say it this way, probably to kind of trick myself into like really getting into gear. But I'm like, this man has been gone 8 years, and there's still things that are lingering and hampering your growth. You know what I'm saying? Because this sugar addiction that he used to his advantage is now still being used to control and I'm not going to say ruin me, but you know what I'm saying? It's still being used afar as a weapon. That is what I wanted to say. It's like, originally he used it as a weapon while being present, and it's still being used as a weapon against me in his absence. And while he isn't necessarily pulling the trigger every single time, it just kind of takes me back. And like I said, it put my mindset in this whole, you're allowing him by far still to, and that's probably not even what it is, y'all. It's probably not even what it is, y'all, but like, it's what I kind of, my like aha moment. And like I said, I'm giving myself grace, but sometimes you really got to have that shift in mindset in some regard to get whatever you need done. And I think that's what it was for me. Like, girl, maybe if I thought about it like this, I would get a little, I'm like grasping for straws at this point. Like, I lack the discipline. If we want to really keep it a buck, I just lack the discipline. But I lack the discipline. Plus, hello, my name is Ebony and I have a sugar addiction. Like, I lack the discipline, but it's also an addiction, y'all. And it is like sickening. Like, I'm so fucking over it. It's not even funny. And I wish I could flip a switch and just stop like I did. Like I don't know if like I did last year with smoking blacks. Like, I literally just decided I wasn't doing it no more, and I didn't do it no more. And like, to this day, I'm really, really proud of myself. And like, October, I'm going to celebrate 1 year of not smoking that nasty, okay? I am going to celebrate it. But right now, I am highly stressed out over this sugar addiction, y'all. It's just like, girl. Let me tell y'all real quick. So, I talked to y'all about hot yoga. But about what happened in Vinyasa hot yoga or whatever with old girl, right? And I just kind of want to piggyback off of that because, y'all, lately, I don't know if I'm just in a little bit of a funk because of like the weight loss gain. I don't know where I am right now when it comes to like communicating, right? I have not been great with communicating with any of my friends. If my phone rings or somebody has, not if, let me now say if. Recently, my phone has rung, and it has been like my cousin who I haven't talked to in ages, or haven't had really a great relationship with in my adult life. One of my childhood friends who also I haven't really had a huge, great relationship in my adult life with. And I've been feeling really irritated, y'all. Like, it's just like, what do they want? So it took me like 4 days to call my cousin back. Talk to my cousin, and when I talk to my cousin, y'all, I promise y'all everything. This is the importance of being very aware of the words that you speak. Everything that I spoke to my cousin about happened within 24 to 48 hours. I spoke to my cousin about making new friends who are into content creating, who are into yoga, who are into meditation, and so on. And sure enough, I made those new friends at Vinyasa. Literally, I was talking to him on the way to hot yoga, and went in hot yoga, and I told y'all that whole little situation ended up turning into somewhat of a connection or a friendship, some type of networking, right? I talked to him about my daughter because he asked me in regards to, what was going on with my daughter and her father. And so I spoke to him about that, and sure enough, the next day, my daughter started asking about her father and stuff. And so I had to deal with that. It was one more thing. Oh, I can't remember. I cannot remember. It was one more thing that I talked to him about that then resurfaced as well. So it's just be like, God, this is some weird shit. It's some weird shit because it happened so fast. It wasn't even like a week. It was like literally 24 hours, and everything I spoke about kind of came to the surface, and I've probably spoken into existence. But anyway, y'all, I did not want to make this a long discussion this morning. Today, I am focusing on fasting and getting my water intake in when I get to work. Y'all, last week, I did a really, really good job. I got 64 ounces of water in. I think it was on a Thursday, y'all. And I had to use the bathroom so many times. But it also got me my steps. Well, got me a good number of steps. So I'm hoping to do the same thing today. Get your water, just run back and forth to the bathroom. But guess what? You're going to be getting your steps. And you'll be fasting, and you'll be getting your water in the first part of the day.
I'm not done with you. I'm barely even started. I'm not done with you. I barely even started. I'm not done with you. I'm barely even started. And you won't even know what hit you when
All right, y'all. So this weekend is full with fitness stuff, and I really wanted to give you guys my 3 top tips on how I stay consistent with my fitness. I may not have the diet down pat, but your girl stays active. So tip number 1 is find dead space and time in your schedule. So for instance, I just dropped my daughter off at dance, and rather than go home or just sit in the parking lot waiting for her, I'm headed to the gym to get at least 45 minutes to an hour of cardio in, which will be my first workout for the day. And I have another workout later. So yeah, y'all. Tip number 1, find stagnant time in your schedule where you're not really doing anything. Or when you step out the house, here's the other part to that. When you step out the house to go run an errand, try to fit gym time in before you go back in the house. So tip number 1, let's get this workout in.
They was praying that I fall off. Stood 10 toes, never fall. Young nigga finna ball off. In the still west side, Pasadena, never finna fall off. Stood 10 toes, never fall. Young nigga finna ball off. In the still west side, Pasadena.
Are you niggas just some fans, huh? Ay, really got a plan, huh? But coming to some paper, you won't even lift your man up. I'm coming off the dribble, it's simple, I make them stand up. Come from where they sagging, not luxury, hold my pants up. I'm nasty, nigga, you should ask me. Best about the city, ask my daughter why she dabbing. Niggas got my name in their mouth while they songs in the drought. I know it's hard to get out, you should be closing your mouth. I told them only time would tell. They craving for a kitchen. Guess these niggas didn't know me well. I say nada, don't reply unless it's about $1. Oh well, okay, ha ha.
I like your style. Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways. This is why they broke and you're so paid. Hey y'all, so I'm about to head into hot vinyasa, and tip number 2 as I head into hot vinyasa, which is find workouts you love. It's going to be a struggle to try to get through any type or commit to any type of fitness journey if you hate it.
Takers and givers, I've been caught the latter. But am I really a giver if I don't give to myself? Don't take care of my health, care for everyone else. I usually give away my best, but get into this reset. Get into this reset. Get into this reset. Takers, givers, I've been caught the latter. Get into this reset. Yeah, I'ma adjust my clock like daylight savings. Next era unlocked, and I ain't playing about me. You think I'm acting brand new, but this was me before you. Ain't nothing to start over. Old me on a new vibe. Bitch, you're blowing my high. Gotta recalibrate my sundial. Yeah, reset. Ain't nothing to start over. Only on a new vibe. Bitch, you're blowing my high. Gotta recalibrate my sundial. Yeah, yeah. Reset. Recent past is feeling like a past life. Can't believe I saved your heart to break mine. You could see I shifted shape to fit you.
Okay, y'all. So vinyasa is done, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the 2 types of yoga that I take currently, right? So I take hot vinyasa and I take flex, right? Which is also a hot yoga. Flex is actually a flexibility and mobility sequence. So that is going to help you with mobility, being more flexible, and so on. The con to flex is that it is the same routine every single time, which is a pro and a con, right? It's a pro because you know exactly what you're going to go in there and do. it is more beginner friendly than vinyasa as well. It's a con because it can get rather stagnant. It can get rather old doing the same thing over and over if that's not your thing, right? Vinyasa. What I like about vinyasa, the pro is that I get to work on poses. I get to work on poses that I wouldn't normally work on my own, right? I love that. Also, it's a pro that's kind of mixed with a con. The con is I absolutely do not love downward dog. I don't love downward dog. I don't love salutations A and B. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. But I think part of the reason I don't love it is because I struggle with it. I really struggle with coming out of the downward dog part because my hips are tight, so my leg does not fully come to the top of the mat. That being said, it's also part of the pro because this allows me to continuously work on it. So I could develop a little bit more of a love for it because I'm actually trained in both. I'm trained in vinyasa and I'm trained in flex. And I know at some point in time, I'm not going to want to keep teaching flex. I'm going to want to teach vinyasa as well. So, I'm hoping taking these vinyasa classes, because I'm not happy about the fact that flex has been reduced so much. It's really hard for me to try to get flex in on the weekends, and trying to do anything for myself during the week is a really, really, really challenging, right? And so I'm hoping that, trust in the process, trust in the journey, that it is a reason why the universe has made me taking flex so complicated and kind of pushed me into vinyasa. I have an idea as to why, but I'm not going to speak on it in this video just yet. We're going to see. We're going to see. So, anyway, if you're watching my vlog, then you're probably someone who is interested in yoga or loves yoga or has started or thought to start it. Do it, sis. Do it. Here's the thing. My yoga studio is 20 minutes from my house. The gym is 5. However, I find myself being able to take this 20-minute drive much more effortlessly and much easier than it takes me to go to the gym. For whatever reason, I don't know if I'm ever going to be like a gym girly, but I'm definitely a yoga girly. So I say this to say again, find your thing. Find your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have several cousins who does bodybuilding. My sister does bodybuilding, right? This is what they developed a love for, and this is what kind of aids them and encourages them to go to the gym more, right? I have another cousin who has lost tremendous amount of weight. She struggled for years trying to lose weight, and most recently she's lost a lot of weight just from walking. She has a walking pad. She has a YouTube. She talks about, getting your 10K in every day, and I tried it. I absolutely hate walking. It's boring. I'm not getting a calorie burn for my time that I would like. And so it's not my thing, y'all. And the more I try to go do that, the less I was working out. So this is why tip number 2 is very, very important. Find your vibe. Happy Sunday, you guys. We're heading into tip 3, which is build community and friends at your local gym, local yoga studio, whatever. So today I am headed to Pilates. Now, Pilates is a class where all the girls go. All the teachers are in this Pilates class. This Pilates class is packed, y'all. Sunday Pilates class is the shiznit, okay? So today originally, right, I was supposed to be going to Pilates, going to lunch with some of my yoga teacher friends. Well, at least one of them. It was another 1 or 2 that was on a cuff that might have been going. But there's been a change of plans because the main one that I was going with so we were going to go to, I'm sorry, let me start this over. So Originally, I was supposed to be going to Pilates, going to brunch with one of my yoga teacher friends, and then we were going to hit vinyasa at 2:30. Problem now is yoga teacher's life is you just never know what changes are going to happen. So she has been tapped in to teach flex at the Morrow as a substitute teacher. That being said, we're not going to be able to do brunch and vinyasa. Here's the thing, y'all. The reason why this tip is important is because your girl got up this morning and I didn't really want to do Pilates. I wanted to stay in bed. I'm gonna be honest, I was tired, but because we all agreed we was gonna be there and I was gonna look for each other today, this is why friends are important in this journey. So I got my little ass up and I'm headed there now. Now I don't think I'm gonna be going to go. I definitely not sure that I'm gonna be doing vinyasa today because did vinyasa yesterday and I really have some things to do. I need to wash my hair. I need to clean my house. I need to cook a meal today. I got on the scale today and I was less than a pound down for the week. And I really, really hated that. I really, really hated that. And that's kind of proof that it is important. Your diet is much more important. And it is proof that your diet is much more important. If you've been watching my vlogs and you know my refrigerator is broken. And these stupid people have not come and fixed it. Therefore, the ability for me to cook and have leftovers or for me to put things in my freezer, go grocery shopping, put things in my freezer or my refrigerator is null and void right now. So it's been a lot of fast food. I'm going to be honest with you. It's been a lot of fast food. I think I'm really going to cook something tonight because my body is craving like some real food, right? My body is also craving soul food, y'all. Like some collard greens and mac and cheese. My body is craving it, okay? I think that it's about to be that time of the month also, which is another reason the scale may not be down, but I was hoping for at least two, but not even a full one. It's concerning. So as much as I have things to do today, I wouldn't be surprised and don't put it past me deciding that I'm going to go to Vinyasa later today. Probably not going to happen, but it's a slight possibility I could be sitting there and say, you know what, I'm going. The other option is, even if I don't go, I have a setup. Y'all, I don't have my yoga mat again today because I have not removed my setup from off my balcony. So when I tell you my meditation pillows sitting out there, my blocks are sitting out there, my yoga mat is sitting out there, my strap, all of my stuff is just sitting on my balcony ready for no excuses. Ready for me to just step out there when I want to get it in. So, I may do that instead of hopping in my car, driving 20 minutes again. Maybe I'll do it in between something being in the oven tonight. I don't know, y'all. I don't know, honestly. That actually sounds like more of a vibe. Like, pop my chicken in the oven and pop my ass on the balcony. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all, that is tip number 3. Tip number 3 is build community. If you can go to happy hour with your girlfriends, you can go to the gym with your girlfriends. You can go to yoga with your girlfriends. You can go to pole dancing with your girlfriends. And if your girlfriends ain't trying to do all of that and all they want to do is go to happy hour, then make new friends. I ain't saying you got to drop them. They'd be cool for the happy hour time. But build community in your fitness life. Build community. Make friends who have equal fitness goals as you, or maybe somebody who's already reached it. Think about it. A lot of my yoga teacher friends have been teaching for a while. Like they're in it. I'm still struggling, y'all. I can't hit the poses, but they encourage me and they help me. You know what I'm saying? So it's important because doing it on my own doesn't get the necessary results as when I have an actual yoga teacher saying, okay, well, try this. And then it works. If you look at my last vlog, which I'm dropping today, but you catch this next week. If you look at my last vlog, when I first did vinyasa for the first time, you see me struggling to get into a pose. But the moment the yoga teacher came over and started talking to me and telling me exactly what to do with my body, I was able to get into it a little deeper. And since then, I've been struggling all over again. So again, This is also one of the things that we talked about when we talked about cueing, because that specific yoga teacher asked me, give me some feedback on her class. And I told her that she talks a lot. She knew it though. She knew she talks a lot. I said, but that's just not I don't like cueing a lot. I like for people to feel the music, be in a place of stillness, be in a moment. Like, I don't want to just yap, the whole time. However, we both talked about the importance that, for instance, when I teach flex, we're doing the sequence, we're doing a pose 3 times before we're holding it longer. So it's like 1, 2, 3, and hold a little longer, right? In some poses. Some poses it's just going to be 1, 2, 3. With that being said, it's like I prefer cueing 1, right? And then just letting you quietly, to the flow of the music, do it again and again. However, what I have adjusted to, and the reason why I have adjusted to it, is because sometimes you don't get all the cues on the first round, right? So I tell you what to do the first time. And then the second time, oh, wait, I never heard do this particular thing with my leg, or do this particular thing with my foot, or you know what I'm saying? So I've resorted to cueing down at least 2 rounds and letting that third one be a silent round. But like I told her, I'm like, no, I think it's important for all yoga teachers to teach according to their style, what they're comfortable with, and let your students find you. Let your students who like your class support you. And those who don't, then they can go to another teacher in which they like, right? Her talking didn't really bother me. Didn't bother me. It's just not my style. And she just asked. So I, don't ask and I won't, don't ask and I won't tell you, right? But anyway, her class is really good. Now, like Samaya, I went to Samaya's class this weekend, and she doesn't talk as much. But I feel like she does more downward dog, chaturanga sequences, which it's like, girl, I hate it, y'all. I hate it, but I gotta do it. Like, it is like the center of vinyasa. It is the center of it. And so, like, a warm up, sends out A and B for a warm up, y'all, ain't no joke. You should be like, okay, that's the warm up. You be like, bitch, what? That was not a warm up. That was a whole half a class. But anyway, we're headed to Pilates. Anyway, y'all. So I'm gonna wrap this video up. At most, you're probably going to get maybe quick footage of whatever I cook tonight. I still haven't decided what I'm gonna cook. But it needs to be delicious, because baby, I can't do another burger, fries, pizza. I just can't. And keep in mind, y'all, I have kids and I'm one person and I'm feeding everybody. So I can't really be being all extra fancy with it. It's like I would like to, right? I would love to just go to a Cava. I would love to just go somewhere else where the food is a little bit more hearty, and healthy, but that's going to come with a price. And if I'm going to buy it for me, I would literally have to just buy it for me. My 16-year-old may eat it, but that baby girl is not going to eat it. And then what I spend for me and a 16-year-old is probably going to be ridiculous. So anyway, y'all, that's how I've been surviving. And this weekend, weight loss is taking a hit because of it. But we're going to keep it moving. So until next time, love yourself, protect your energy, and deal with life's bullshit with grace and gratitude. Love ya.
Let's pretend this isn't my life. Let's pretend it was a great night. Let's pretend that it was real nice. Let's pretend that it's a movie. Let's pretend that it's a story. Let's pretend that it was glorious. Cause that's where I do my best work. That's where I see my real worth. In fiction you just can't get hurt. In the imaginary world, yeah, that's where I do my best work. That's where I put myself first. In fiction you just can't get hurt. In the imaginary world. it's a dream house. Let's pretend that it's all good vibes for once. Let's pretend that it's a safe place. Let's pretend that it's a safe place.